So, this is a bit of a different video for me. I don't know, like, if anybody is interested in my personal life on this channel, and I don't really share much of my family and my best friend on here because they don't like being on camera. So, I used to vlog my life a few years ago before I started doing like reading vlogs, and I updated people more on my like weight loss journey and things when I did that. But obviously my channel has changed. I do more different things. Well, I do most of the books at the moment, but I do want to do different things. So this is also going to be a place where I record my weight loss journey. So my weight loss journey started a long time ago. I'm 33 now, and I wasn't overweight when I was younger. This is going to be a bit of a long story, so if you want to grab a cup of coffee, grab a snack, grab a brew, yeah, it's going to be a more serious video. I don't know how to do serious videos. I'm uncomfortable, but I told myself I want to record this and document it because this is going to be a massive change in my life, and in future when it comes to content it could potentially affect regularity of content for a short period. So I want to make you aware of what's going on if you're interested. So I was quite an outgoing child. I was never really bothered what people thought of me. I wasn't athletic. I could eat what I want, more or less. I could eat what I wanted, more or less. But I was still quite an active child. But because I was always outgoing and loud and weird and different, I did get bullied a lot for many different reasons. Where it was because I'm from a mixed race family. My dad and my sister. I am mixed race, but I'm white passing, obviously. Whereas my sister isn't, and my dad is quite dark skinned. If I can find a picture, I'll put one up here of what my sister and my dad look like. And yeah, for one reason or another, I was bullied growing up, which for a long time didn't bother me until I hit like mid-teens. And when I went to secondary school, the bullying got worse. And there was one particular person who likes to bully me a lot, and basically made my life a living hell for 5 years. I hid it very well from everyone because I was still very loud and annoying and outgoing, and I would piss people off so much. And I would basically, on the one hand, I wanted people to like me, and I was such a people pleaser in a lot of ways, but then I was just, to make up for the fact that I was very insecure, and I became more insecure the more I was bullied, I got louder and more obnoxious and more annoying, and it just made things worse. So for a lot of the time through school, I wasn't, like I said, I wasn't overweight, but I slowly began to dislike myself very much. I was a tomboy, I wasn't an athlete, I wasn't a girly girl, so I didn't fit in with those, and I wasn't overly intelligent, so I didn't fit in with the really brainy people. I didn't really fit into one particular group of people, and because I was bullied a lot, people didn't really want to be my friend because they would then get it as much as I did. And I say my friends, and I don't like calling them like so-called friends, but in hindsight, I can understand why they didn't help me, but the friends that I did have didn't really stick up for me. Some of them actually befriended this bully, and seemed to think that was okay. So that was my situation. I went to a Christian school, and no matter how much I told teachers about it, they didn't do anything. And when I started arguing back and fighting for myself, I got told it was 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. I did a stupid thing growing up. When this person wanted to be nice to me, he would be nice to me when no one else was around. We exchanged numbers at one point because I desperately wanted this person to like me, and I thought that the times that he started being nice, at the beginning I was hoping that, you know, he'd ask my number. I thought, well, we could be friends. But then I slowly realised, you know, it was because he just wanted to either, like, lure me into a false sense of security. I don't know why he did it. But when he was nice to me, I was nice to him. And people, my parents found out that I had his number, and people found out I had his, some of my close friends knew that we'd exchanged numbers, that we spoke on MSN at the time. People wondered why I had his number, but you don't know what it's like when you're bullied. If you can get a little reprieve for a short period of time, you take what you can get where you can get it. And even if he was nice to me for a couple of days, a week, he'd never left me alone for long, and soon enough he'd decide that he didn't want to be my friend anymore. He'd block my number or whatever, and just turn to being an asshole again. Even as an adult, the thought of seeing him in public makes my skin crawl. I don't want to see him. The thought of seeing him or his younger brother in public makes me feel sick, frankly. He used to go to my gym where I used to live. We went to the same gym, and just seeing him all the time there was just horrible. And the thing is, his parents were so lovely. I have no idea where he got his mean streak from, and his shitty attitude towards people, because his parents were lovely. I have no idea where he got it from. Anyway, that's by the by. So I started really disliking myself. So yeah, things happened. I started to really dislike myself. One thing led to another. Things happened. Parents found out. It was a whole thing. And then after that point, that I took that first leap into the abyss, things changed. I couldn't pretend to be like a happy. I was still very loud in front of other people because that's what they were used to, and if I wasn't loud, it was a case of people would be like, what's wrong with you? So yeah, there was that. And then I got with a guy who was a year older than me at school. He was quiet. I thought he was seemingly nice, and in hindsight, he was a prick. Because even when I thought he was being nice, he would put me down a lot. He was a lot more intelligent than me. His grades at school were great. He was very intelligent, and he was a computer whiz. And he was a swimmer, and I was not. I came from a council estate, and he did come from a much better place than me, but it was deemed a slightly better area, and he used to always sort of like, he never used to want to come around to Mixenden, where I'm from, and he didn't really like where I'm from. And it also didn't help that where I live, I used to get bullied a lot in the area that I lived in, so I just became one of those people that didn't really go out much. A situation that happened with him where he was being overly thoughtful and wanted to take my phone off me to check, because I had a best friend who was, or close friend who was a guy. He wanted to check my phone, and me being a stubborn person that I am, said no, because I didn't think he had a right to root through my phone just because he suspected me of doing something with one of my friends just because my friend was a guy. He didn't like me having guy friends, so he accused me of doing something with one of my friends, which we never did. And then yeah, he tried to take my phone, things happened, relationship ended. I ended up in tears. And having your first love end like that also wasn't the best, and it messed me up mentally. So I turned to food a lot, and I comfort it, and after that, from the age of like 19, 20 maybe, I just continued to gain weight. There were periods of time where I'd lose weight, but then I'd just put it back on again. And a string of really unsuccessful relationships just made me feel even more shit about myself. I ended up dating one of my best friends that I've had since I was a kid. That ended badly, and we fell out. So I not only lost a boyfriend at the time, I lost a friend that I'd had through some really shitty times since we were kids, since we were in primary school. That was at a very young age as well. And basically, relationships haven't ended well. But for some reason, like, food was always my comfort thing. And for periods of time, I would start to do well, losing weight. And I would feel great. But then at one point I have quite an obsessive, I have quite addictive, I get addicted to things quite quick. I have an addictive personality, so it's easy for me to get attached or addicted to things. And so at one point I did get ridiculously addicted to the gym, and if I didn't go I would feel guilty, and again, because I felt bad about myself, I would automatically turn to food. So any work I did at the gym would be undone. Yeah, so in recent years I've tried my best and you don't understand how much I've tried. I have really tried to lose weight by myself. As soon as I start to lose weight, I feel better about myself. I think things can get better. This inner saboteur in my head tells me that there's absolutely no point in me trying, that I'm never gonna make anything of myself, that nothing's ever gonna go right for me, and that there's absolutely no point continuing. No. But there's no point in it continuing because I'm never going to be happy anyway. So then I just end up sabotaging myself, and the doctors have said for a while now that like surgery was an option, and me being me, stubborn on me, I was constantly saying no because I wanted to try and do it myself, and I felt like asking for help and getting surgery was me giving up on myself and me failing, and I didn't want to be seen as a failure. I didn't want to be seen as a failure because there was so many things that I could have done with my life. There were so many things I could have done with my life. I was great at languages and I fucked that up just because anything that I feel I could be good at, I would do the opposite. Just to sabotage myself, I would do the opposite. So I just didn't want to be a failure. It wasn't until a couple of years ago when I started to, I've tried personal trainers and I'll stick to it for a bit, but then personal trainers are expensive, and I'm going to take these lashes off now because they are going to fall off anyway because I keep crying. I tried so many different ways of losing weight, and people just say just stick to it, eating healthier, blah blah. I've tried, you don't know how much I've tried. When you are sat in a room by yourself and you're left alone with your thoughts, when your mental health isn't the best, it's easy to just pick up something bad. And I've got scars from where I've let the self-saboteur go too far. And it was a couple of years ago when I'd been clean for a long time, for a good few years, but I'd got to a point where I was considering again, and there's so many times in the back of my head, like, I don't know why I've let these bullies' opinions of me embed themselves in my brain so much, because I never used to care. I used to love myself, and that is not me being big-headed. I used to think I was great. And it took a long time to break that down, and once they'd broken that in me, I couldn't get it back. I couldn't get that person back that I was before. So I didn't want to be that person. I knew that I didn't want to be, I've never actually attempted anything. I've been at points in my life when I wanted to, but I couldn't do that to my family. Like, I always been able to pull myself out of it. And but this time was different. I really said that I knew that I really needed help, and I knew that I wasn't able to do it by myself anymore. I asked the doctor to refer me for surgery, and since 2019 obviously COVID happened, everything got pushed, but I've recently been given the go ahead. I'm fucking scared. I'm scared shitless. This should be a happy time for me, and it is. It's fucking great, but I still have to tell myself every day that I do deserve this. That I do deserve to be happy, and I do deserve to be healthy, and I do deserve that I haven't given up on myself, and that asking for help was the right thing to do. And that by the end of this, I will be able to live a better life. But there is still Mason. There is still that niggling person in the back of my head that's like, what's the point? Because you're still going to be unhappy anyway. And I'm trying my best not to let that overcloud everything that's great positive. I am now in a job that I love. I have so many good things in my life. I have always had the best, yes, I'm biased, I have had the best and most supportive family. Even when I've majorly fucked up, I dropped out of university, I was flailing for years, I didn't know what I wanted to do, I've got myself into debt before. My parents, I don't tell them enough how thankful I am for my parents, and my sister, my beautiful nephews, and my best friend. I am so thankful that they have all supported me through every fuck up, through the positives and the negatives, and they support me through this as well. I am fucking scared. The mortality rate is low, like, but there are risks. It is surgery. I'm posting this now because, if I'm honest, I was waiting for something, for that other shoe to drop, for them to say, sorry, we've made a mistake. I was waiting for them to say, you're not eligible after all, and you're not really getting it. But everything is going ahead, as far as I know. I have had my introductory session. I've had my overnight sleep study. I have a dietitian appointment on the 8th of November. And I'm just waiting for some more final investigations. One final investigation. Oh, I've had blood tests. I didn't tell you that. I've had my blood tests. I'm waiting for one more investigation, and then my surgeon appointment, and then I find out what the next steps are going to be. Whether I need a procedure before the surgery, which means that they will insert a balloon into my stomach to help me reduce my BMI before surgery if they don't feel it's suitable to put me under in the way that I am, or whether they could just send me straight for surgery. Either way, at some point in the future, in hopefully the next year or so, I will be getting the surgery. But if not, you will still be seeing less of me, because there are procedures that can be done prior to surgery to help lose weight, which are like minor surgeries, but again, still risky. I am shitting a brick, to be fair. When I think about the impact it can have on my life, I'm happy. It's going to have a massive impact on my life. I'm going to be able to do so much. I'm hopefully not going to have to take my inhalers anymore. I've got plantar fasciitis, which is like fallen arches. It's going to help that loads. I have water retention on my legs. That will be helped by losing weight. And I could do way more things. I used to love going to the gym. I used to love swimming. But the amount of weight that I've gained over the last couple of years, it's just, I'm worried about going outside. I've had people shout When people shout stuff at me while I've been walking down the street. I've had a couple of occasions where people have thrown stuff out of moving vehicles at me whilst shouting verbal abuse at me. I have people judge me on a daily basis because of my size. People make assumptions on you because of your size. People make assumptions about you for everything, but you don't know someone's story. And I'm in a job that I love now. Yes, it's stressful. Yes, I have people that come in to see me that I have to basically metaphorically drag off the floor to try and get themselves motivated to find a job. But when I help someone find a job, or just help reduce someone's anxiety about getting into work and things like that, that makes me feel so good. I just need other things in my life to fall in place, and I'm not saying that, like, I can't say I'm happy single, but I couldn't take on someone else right now. At the moment, as I am, this isn't about getting a partner, it's about living a healthy life. Like, I've even said to my best friend that once I've lost the weight, one of the things I would love to do is do the 3 peaks. So that is my goal, that once I've lost the weight, or enough weight that I feel like comfortable doing it, I'll be dragging him to do the 3 peaks with me. So that is one of the goals that I have set. I wanted to do it for years, but I've never been in the physical shape to do it. And now that that's a possibility, that in a couple of years' time I could be doing that with my best friend, I'm really happy about that, but I'm still so fucking scared. And there will be ups and downs, and I just want to document this. I have an Instagram that I've started that I haven't uploaded anything on for a couple of weeks now, I think. And that's going to be logging my journey. I don't have my weight up there yet. I'm still not comfortable putting that start weight up there yet. But once I have a start date before I start losing weight, before I go for any procedure to help me lose weight, I will be putting my starting weight up on my Instagram. And because you will see me in my vlogs slowly shrinking, I will be mentioning it at some point in my vlogs as well. It won't be a massive thing. I might mention like how much weight I've lost one week, but it will be mentioned more. And hopefully I can take you on more journeys with me as I lose weight. So this is my very emotional update. If this doesn't interest you at all, then please, you probably already clicked off by now. I am scared, I'm happy, I'm nervous, I'm everything, but after a long fucking time, I'm finally doing something for me to help me be the best version of me that I can be. And currently, for the first time in a very long time, I can say that I'm starting to like myself again. And that is a lot to say. That is a lot for me to say. I haven't even liked myself in a very long, and I come across as really confident. If you've seen me on any of my lives and in my videos, I am a chaotic mess, but I come across as really confident. But I haven't liked myself in a very long time. I haven't been proud of anything that I've done in a very long time. But I can finally say that I'm proud of myself for the work that I do in asking for help, and I'm proud of myself for wanting it, going out and getting it, fighting for it, because I've had to fucking fight for this, and I like myself for that. I'm nowhere near loving myself yet. I like my personality. My personality is chaos. Even when I lose weight, my personality will be chaos, because that is just me. You just get a mess. I'm high, I'm low, I'm organised, and I'm chaotic. It's fun. And I will always be that, but I'll just be a healthier version of that person. So, if you would like to follow me on this journey, I will be posting my Instagram down below for the what I'm doing. I will make more of a conscious effort to update it, and I will be trying my best to be more organised, and maybe not post daily on that account, but at least a couple of times a week I'm going to try and post on that account as I start changing what I'm eating. I've already started removing a bit more dairy from my diet and trying to eliminate bread from my diet totally. I shouldn't really eat bread anyway because gluten and me do not agree. We haven't for a very long time, but I still insist on eating glutenated products. That's not a word. Products with gluten in. So yeah, as I slowly change what I eat, and hopefully when I get to a point where I can exercise again, I will be documenting that over on my Instagram. So if you are interested in following that Instagram, I will link it down below. Yeah, I just want to put this video out there that even if nobody sees this and nobody watches this and it gets a million thumbs down, I will be documenting this in a playlist of my weight loss journey, and I might do some shorts, like I might do some of these shorts of like progress photos and videos and things, because I barely have enough brain power to edit the videos that I do now, so I won't necessarily be doing separate videos, but I will try my best to keep everything updated. And obviously when I go for surgery and things, that could also impact my weekly vlogs, because the recovery time is 2 to 6 weeks from the major surgery, and for 2 weeks of that I will be in Halifax with my family because they'll be looking after me, because I probably won't be able to function as an adult, as a person, as an independent being whilst I'm recovering for the first couple of weeks. So that is a way off. Yeah, I've still got to go through, like I said, appointments, but the first procedure that could potentially be the start could happen within the next couple of months, hopefully. I hope that this wasn't too depressing for you. I'm still working on all that shit that I mentioned at the beginning. The mental impact that bullying has had on me has affected me more than I like to let on during my adulthood. And that's another reason, that's another thing I kick myself for, is letting people's opinions affect me that much that I've turned my own anger in on myself. And I've harmed myself so much by doing that. Overeating was harming myself. I've harmed myself by isolating myself from people. I've harmed myself in so many ways because I've let negative opinions affect me, my actions, and how I feel about myself. That is a lot to unpack, and I still have to work on that every single day to not let that affect me, to not let that dictate how I act. I'm human, I slip up, and the likelihood is there will be days where I walk around and I still feel really low about myself, but I'm trying more and more not to let that affect how I am. So there's a massive learning curve I need to go on. I'm still going to be working on myself every day. That was quite cathartic, you know. It's going to be highly embarrassing uploading this. I'm going to do it because I want to document this journey, because it's a massive life change for me. I'm going to sound so cheesy saying this, but even if one person sees a journey and thinks that's inspiring, or like, I don't know, I hope it helps somebody. We'll see. But yeah. Oh, fucking hell. Subscribe. I'm gonna go and take this makeup off now, and DNF the night circus, I think. I don't think I can do the night circus. That's enough for me. I'm gonna go DNF a book. I just decided right now that I'm DNF for the night circus and moving on to something else to read. and I'm going to read that until I decide I'm tired enough to go to sleep. That is me done. Welcome if you are new. If this is the first video you've seen of me, I promise I am not always an emotional mess. I am a chaotic mess at times, but watch another video where I'm happy, because I ain't always like this. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you all very soon. Bye.